United, aka Oakland Latinos Unidos. Back on here with a live with Jay, number 25. So hopefully you're joining me. Gonna wait till more people join. We could get it going. We could get it cracking. How's everybody's Monday? Hopefully you guys have a good Monday. I don't really have a lot to talk about, but we could talk about some things for sure. And me, I can always spontaneously start a new conversation. How's everybody doing? We got more people joining in. How's everybody out there? Thank you guys for joining number 25, Alive with Jay with Oakland Latinos United. Your weekly live feed. Press that like button if you're on here. I wasn't on yesterday because I was really tired yesterday. I had a pretty long day. And I just straight went to sleep like at 9, bro. I crashed. So I was knocked out at 10 yesterday. So I decided to do it today. And it's all good. It's better late than never. So what's up with everybody, man? How's everybody doing? Leave a comment if you want to say anything. But yeah, man, I got a few things I want to talk about, and one is there's been a rash of shootings in Oakland again. I think I heard that there were like 3 shootings, possibly killings, this weekend in East Oakland, and yeah, man, it's been a crazy year. Last year and this year, it's been pretty off the hook with the shootings in the town. I think I read somewhere it's like up to like 50, 52 or 53 homicides in Oakland so far this year, and that's a lot, man. That's a lot of shootings. You feel me? And yeah, there was a killing over the weekend, and it's been bad. Someone I know got shot and killed yesterday. Yeah, man, I read about that. I read about all those shootings that have been going on. That's probably one of the shootings I heard about. Sorry to hear that, man. It's just yeah, it's been wild. Like since last year, there've been a lot of homicides out there, man. What gives? Why are people shooting each other? Is it drugs? Is it gang related? You know what I mean? You know me, I'm out of the mix, so I don't know. It's just been wild though, man. Last year when I was at a shopping center, some fools started shooting in broad daylight. In Jingletown, over there by the Food Max and Popeye's Chicken, and over there by AutoZone. Yeah, but it's been crazy. I read it's been already like 51, 52 homicides in Oakland so far this year. There was a killing yesterday, Sunday, and then I think there was one on Saturday too, possibly on Friday. So yeah, man, it's pretty crazy that the youngsters are just people in general out there shooting each other, man. This crime has been off the hook, man. It's starting to remind me like back in like 2006, 7, or like 92, 93. You know what I mean? 89. Those times. You feel me? But yeah, sadly, Oakland has suffered from having high homicide rates for a long time. And it's pretty wild that Oakland itself has always just kind of have this dark cloud over it where there's just a lot of homicides. It goes down. It went down for a few years. It wasn't that bad. But then all of a sudden it just goes up again. And it seems like that's what's happening now. It's kind of like when I remember, like I said, the early 90s. The early 90s were off the hook with the homicides. Fools were getting killed left and right. And then it went down. Then again in the 2000s, like 2004, 5, 6, it got really bad again. And it's just, yeah, it's just pretty wild that there have been a lot of killings out there in the town. A lot of shootings, a lot of crime just in general, robberies. A homie of mine got his car. He had an old school stolen. He had like what was that? Like, it looked like one of those cutlasses, like a 71, 72 cutlass. I believe it was a cutlass. He got it stolen and stripped. You know what I mean? It's, and a lot of our friends, they got their cars broken into, and just a lot of, it's just always like the town, man. It's always wild in Oakland, unfortunately. There's always a high crime rate, and it's just like, I don't know, what's the blame? What do you think? You think it's the gentrification? You think it's the COVID? You think it's People being out of work. And if you're joining me, press that like button for sure. What do you think it is? What do you think is going on out there? Is there a gang war? Is there a drug war again? What's going on? Why are so many people shooting each other? People defunding the police is why crime is going up. That could be, you know what I mean? That could be. I mean, I wasn't one of those defund the police people. I think the police should be reformed in many ways, but defunding. My thing is, if you're gonna defund the police and arm the people for they can protect themselves, I think that's really what it should be. Instead of defund the police and let the criminals run rampant, I think it should be defund the police but arm the people. You know, that's the only way. You know, you're not gonna have a situation and what's going on. Because I mean, crime is just rampant. People are just running amok. They've been having hella robberies and stuff because of the reason too. Yeah, man, I believe it. I believe it. But I mean, have they really defunded a lot of police forces? That's the question I ask. I know that rhetoric is thrown around a lot. And I know since those protests, the George Floyd protests, a lot of cops have been quitting or whatever. That's what I hear at least. They've been quitting. Then, there's been less police officers on the force. Now, I don't know if that's a result of the defund the police thing or if it was happening beforehand. But, I mean, the problem with California is, yeah, they're too restrictive with the gun laws, and people aren't allowed to defend themselves out here. It's like, what can you really do? If you can't have police, you got to be able to defend yourself one way or another, man. That's why I'm not against. That's why I'm not for gun control, and I'm not for taking guns away from people because, I mean, what the fuck are you supposed to do with a bunch of dummies running around rampant, armed to the teeth? You know what I mean? You got to be able to defend yourself. There's no policing. My thing, I think this should be the slogan. If you're gonna defund the police, arm the people. What do you guys think? Let me know. You know what I mean? Because it's just, there's just a lot of dumbasses out there that just doing a lot of dumb shit. What a bummer, carnal. Alan Hernandez passed away yesterday. Chalice. Who's Alan Hernandez? I don't know who that is. Refresh my memory if I know that person, but R.I.P. to him. You know. But yeah, it's been pretty bad out there, man. It's been pretty bad. A lot of crime. A lot of fucking crime, bro. I keep hearing about robberies, about assaults, about attacks on Asians, shootings. I wouldn't be surprised if paleteros and street vendors are being attacked too out here. You know, it's a dog eat dog world, and I think the people out there should be on the vato. They painted all the paintings on Blood In Blood Out. Oh, okay, okay, yeah. I don't know if I ever heard of him, but I do remember the painting from Blood In Blood Out. But R.I.P. to him. You know what I mean? Popeye Saavedra, Miklo. Yeah, man. Give me some chon chon. What's up, blood? It's Cepeda. How you doing, bro? I'm over here just talking. Have you heard about the paleteros and eloteros being attacked in LA? Yeah, I heard about it. Of course, I heard about it. I don't know if it's still going on, but I have heard about it. And obviously out here, he's a big legend in the art world. Orale, I'm gonna look him up. But obviously out here, there's been a lot of attacks on Asians. There was just another attack, I believe, yesterday in Chinatown in San Francisco, and it's crazy. It's crazy, but I think it's a lack of people being able to defend themselves. You know, I for one am not a pro gun control person. I'm all about the Second Amendment. You know what I mean? I think people should arm themselves and protect themselves. There's just too many stupid motherfuckers out there that do not know how to act. Too many, unfortunately. And sometimes the only way those people learn is if you come at them back with just as much violence as they come at you. Now, I'm not saying go out there and hurt people, but you should be out there defending. You should be able to defend yourself when some degenerate is trying to attack you or rob you or hurt your family. You feel me? You know. But it's just a mess. It's a mess. It's deeper than race issues. Cause now there's no There is more. Well, I'm not blaming it on one race, bro. If you see, I'm not saying it's black or it's brown or it's nothing. In reality, it's just dummies. It's the haves and the have-nots, I guess you could say, in some degree, or people that don't want to work and they want the quick way out. You know what I mean? And the quick way out is to rob someone or go sell drugs or pull a lick or and a lot of times doing that has consequences to it. Jail, death. And I'm just earlier I was talking about like the high homicide rate that's been going on in Oakland. There's been what like 50 something homicides. There were like 3 or 4 homicides this weekend alone. I think someone got killed yesterday. Someone got killed possibly on. I think there were 2 people that got shot in one shooting. You know what I mean? It's just been wild out there, man. It's been wild. And like I was saying, I've talked about it before. The homicide rate in the 2000s was pretty high, and also in the late 80s, early 90s, it was even higher. You feel me? It was really high out there. And it's just one of those things. I don't get what people are killing each other about. Is it gang related? Is it drug related? Is it just random shootings? You feel me? It's just it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy, but being from Oakland, this shit has unfortunately become normal in some ways. This has been going on in the town since the 80s, bro. Unfortunately, like I always say, there's always this dark cloud over Oakland all the time that just has, a lot of crime. Some might say it's poverty. How do you feel about racist Hispanics using street vendors getting attacked to their advantage to be racist? I mean, I don't like it. I don't like anyone being racist. You know what I mean? It's no different than some blacks that use the attack on Asians to be racist against Asians or to be racist against Asians being racist against blacks and vice versa. Because at the end of the day, it's not about hating another race. It's really not that. But it's not racist to call out attacks if they're being done by a group of people. Yeah, of course. Like if a lot of these attacks, let's face it, they have been done by African Americans. Not all of them, but many of them. Does that mean I hate the African American community or I'm gonna be racist? No, because that's not gonna solve anything. That's not gonna. What's up? Hey, what's going on, Adam? That's not gonna solve anything. And yeah, those dudes that use that to their advantage, you're always gonna find that in any community. Yes, there are racist Chicanos and Rasa that they just want any little fuel to see what like the Chicanos or Rasa that's out there being racist, using like the attack on paleteros or whatever to be racist. They're part of the problem. They're not part of the solution. Because those are the same people that are out there crying that they're victims of racism. It's no different than even African Americans who who cry at racism, but then they'll turn around and be like, "Fuck Mexican, fuck Asians." It's the same thing, bro. It's the same thing. It doesn't get you nowhere. It's not good. It's not healthy. It's not good to hate on other people because at the end of the day, if you're a hater, you're a hater. You feel me? And then that's just basically how I look at it. I don't, dope bottle tours of the Yak. Hey, thanks, brother. Just wanted to show you guys Antioch because, a lot of people talk about Woody and all that. So I said, I was in the 925 yesterday, so I said, I'll do a little bottle tours of Antioch. But yeah, man, it's just like I'm not racist, man. But I'm not afraid to call out people for their bullshit. You know what I mean? And if they label me a racist because of it, they're fucking stupid. Because nowhere in time have I ever said it's these people and these people are like that and these people are subhuman. No, it's just some elements of your community are doing these things and it's making your community look bad. That's basically the overall message. Those fools that are being racist, they don't represent me. You feel me? So yeah, I think that's just stupidity, and there's just unfortunately you're gonna find those people in every situation. Same thing with white people. You're gonna find some white people that look for any excuse when a minority does a crime to say, you see, they commit those crimes. The same thing, bro. It just doesn't help anyone. Doesn't get nobody anywhere. You feel me? But yeah, man, everybody like that barrio. How do you guys like that barrio tours of Antioch, of the Yacht, the 925? I was out there in Concord yesterday at the Concord Flea Market. I was actually selling some stuff with my brother out there that I had to get rid of. And then I went out to Antioch to do something real quick. So I decided to do that little barrio tours of West 20th Street area, over there by East 18th and 8th Street. And that was, I guess, the hood um, where Concord Flea Market. Hey, I go there. Yeah, I was there yesterday. But that's where, I guess that's the area where that dude Woody, Ryan Wood, as his name was, grew up. May it rest in peace. But yeah, I grew up listening to his music, and I said, you know what? I'll show a barrio tours of Woody's hood. I'm sure people will like that. You feel me? And it's all love. You know what I mean? All love to the people in the Yacht. It's crazy because Antioch now, I've heard people call it New Oakland because everybody from Oakland and Richmond and San Francisco moved up there. And Antioch is hella hood now. I used to work, in that video I said I used to work in Antioch in the early 2000s. You know what I mean? Woody was buried on East 18th. Probably there are a bunch of cemeteries on at the end of East 18 for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if he's buried there. I mean, he made the song "Bury Me on East 18th," but yeah, I used to work in Antioch in the early 2000s. It was about from 2001 to about 2005. I used to work for this office out there. It was a good paying job at the time, and I worked there for a long time. It was a cool job, and eventually I got laid off because the company ended up closing. But yeah, I got to know Antioch real well around that time. How did you like working in the Yacht? Well, back then, Antioch. This is what I try to tell people. At that time, Antioch was still kind of a mostly white town. There were some Latinos and some blacks, but not very many. It was mostly güeros, a lot of güeros, and I mean, it seemed like a chill town to me. I remember at that time the hood was considered Pittsburgh. Like everyone out there would consider Pittsburgh the hood. You feel me? Like East, what's that? What's Pittsburgh? That's like East 10th and West Boulevard. They used to call it the Bully, and I remember Bay Point. Some fools used to call it Gunpoint. I used to hear more about those areas in Antioch. And then about the time that I was about to leave that job, that's when a lot of black people started moving in from like Oakland and San Francisco, like because of the gentrification when it was going on. You had a big wave of African Americans into the area, and Latinos too. And yeah, I started seeing more people of color by the time I was leaving that job. And now Antioch is, pretty multicultural. A lot of blacks, a lot of Latinos. There's still a lot of whites too. But it was cool. Like the time when I worked there, I don't remember it really being rough or anything like that. It's probably more rough now than what it was then. You know, but yeah, I worked there for like 4 years, almost 5 years, and yeah, it was cool, and that's how I got to know that area. Like I was saying, there used to be a store they used to have there called Rock Bottom Record, and they used to sell like hella hard to find like rap music. They would have like Dark Room and Woody and like hella shit that you couldn't find anywhere else sometimes. They were like a little underground record store. It was pretty cool. I remember I used to go there all the time when I was working at that job. I'd always buy like they'd have all the 925 rappers like Jacka and Woody and Ghetto Stars. It's one of the cheapest cities to live by the bay. Think of Vallejo's cheaper than the Yacht. Next to that Rainbow Supermarket, I don't remember if there was a Rainbow Supermarket. I know there was a uh, grocery outlet there back then. Now it's something called Cielo Market, like some Mexican store. But it used to be right there on A and East 18th, the record store. You know what I mean? And I remember I used to go there sometimes to buy. I bought a couple albums there. I bought a couple Dark Room albums, a couple like Bay Area hip hop albums, and I bought some of Woody's stuff there too in Antioch, which is kind of cool, because I was working there at the time. Yeah, that's the hood, hella hood. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it was. I don't remember it being very hood back when I worked there. This is like 20 years ago, but now it probably is. You know what I mean? It looks pretty hood now. You know, it's not to say there weren't hoods back then, because I didn't know Antioch like that. But I don't remember it being that run down back then. I remember back then Pittsburgh was more the hood back in those times when I worked out there. Like I remember even the folks I used to work with in at the job, they would always tell me, "Oh, you know, Pittsburgh is rough. You don't want to go over to Pittsburgh." They would tell me that back then. So that's how I know. Obviously, at that time, Pittsburgh was considered more like the hood of that area. But I think now it's the opposite because now Pittsburgh's hella clean now. It's not as run down as it was back then. And now Antioch is starting to look good. Some of it at least, you know. But yeah, that was a long time ago. Time flies. Fuck, I'm getting old. That was 20 years ago. Yeah, that was 20 years ago because that was 2001. So that means, yeah, it was about 20 years ago this year that I started that job. I think it was the summer of 2001 when I started working there. I remember there used to be hella fine females there. It was mostly females there, which was nice. But yeah, there was only a few dudes that worked there. But it was cool. It was a cool paying job. It was chill. I worked there for like 5 years. You know, I had a cool time working there. But yeah, man. So what's up with everybody? Anything you guys want me to talk about? Any questions? Let's do a quick Q&A. Anybody got any questions they throw me some questions? You know what I mean? If you guys have any questions about the channel, about any videos, or about just any topic in general, let's do a quick Q&A. Come on, man. Don't be afraid. Ask me a couple questions, and I'll answer them as best I can. If you guys have any questions to ask me, let's do a quick Q&A real quick. There's a few of you guys on here, enough to ask me something. So what's up? What's on your mind? Let me know what's up. You know what I mean? What is going on? I seen you making a documentary on the old school virus in Oakland. Yes. Talking about gentrification, I seen a white couple on Seminary the other day. I would not be surprised. What part of Seminary? The top part or the bottom part? To homie, yeah, I made a documentary already about a video about the history of autos in Oakland, but I don't like how it came out. I think I could do a way better one. So I'm gonna erase the old one, and I might just do it tonight. I was gonna do it yesterday, but I was really tired, and I was busy most of the day, so I didn't get a chance to. But I might do it tonight. I might do it tonight before I go to sleep, and then post it in the morning. But yeah, I did one before. It's called The History of Chicano Latino Gangs in Oakland. But I learned so much more since I made that video. And just, you know, I feel that I could make a lot better one. You know what I mean? A lot better pictures and more information, better quality now that I have the the stand I have. You know what I mean? You know, before I would make shaky videos because I didn't have a GoPro or whatever you call it. And yeah, you know, I think I can make a lot better one. So I will be making one. And if it doesn't come out tomorrow, for sure it'll come out the next day. But I'm going to try to do it tonight. Like that, I could finish it tomorrow. As far as the homie that said that he seen a white couple on Seminary, I mean, shit. If white folks are starting to buy up houses on Seminary and in the deep, bro, man, it's all bad. But I haven't seen no white folks around Seminary. I be around there all the time. On the top part of Seminary, possibly, but I haven't seen any on the bottom part. But yeah, man, Sem City, it's off the hook, you know. But man, houses are just ridiculously freaking expensive in Oakland. Hell has frozen? What do you mean? Oh yeah, hell has frozen. Yeah. Well, you know, those areas used to be white a long time ago. You know, that's one thing that is true. The deep and all those areas. Um, I seen a white couple walking around the 80s. That's in the deep. That's way up in the deep. But you know, you gotta remember, like the deep, Seminary, Fruitvale, those areas were all white back in the days. It was all white people. You know what I mean? And then basically, when black and brown folks started moving to the east, that's when the white folks started moving out. They called it white flight, and that was probably what in the 60s and 70s. Started kind of in the 50s, but it really progressed in the 60s and 70s. Because even my own mom, when she came to Oakland in 69, she told me that she remembers there was still a lot of white people in East Oakland. She told me like around Fruitvale, there was still a lot of Portuguese people around, a lot of older white like Germans and just white folks. You know what I mean? So yeah, my mom got to see the tail end of white folks dominating East Oakland. So yeah, it's a trip. It's a trip that it changed, and then now it seems like with the gentrification, and they're trying to go back. Berkeley and East Oakland almost look the same. Is there much violence in East Oakland? Not as much in Berkeley. They're trying to reclaim their hoods. Yeah, man. I mean, Oakland just, man, I don't know what the fuck it is with Oakland, man. It's like, just, Oakland has been, like, in this violent struggle for, like, the last 30, 40 years, man. It's like just something that us as people of color cannot get out of, man. We keep fucking killing each other. And I don't understand over what. If you guys are joining me, press that like they don't want to hate on this live feed, but it's just like, black, brown, Rasa out there killing each other for what, man? You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not in the streets like that anymore. So I don't know what be going on. I'm not educated on what's going on. I don't know if fools are gangbanging the North Sud Border Brothers stuff. I don't know if it's a new crack war, a new drug war like it was in the 80s and 90s. I don't know what it is, you feel me? But I know that there are people out there killing each other. And, like I said, there was 3 homicides this weekend alone. That's a lot, for one weekend. So it's pretty bad, man. It's pretty wild. It is a cycle of destruction. It's pretty bad, man. That's going on. It's crazy because even Richmond hasn't had that many homicides, and Richmond used to be horrible. Richmond was for a town of its size. Richmond had a horrible homicide rate back in the days. You know what I mean? And even Richmond seems more calm now than even Oakland. You feel me? And Richmond hasn't had as much gentrification as Oakland. So it's just crazy. These motherfuckers are driving us out. All this gentrification, but yet we're still killing each other. Instead of organizing to see how we can reclaim our hoods, have you done a viral tours of San Jose? Yeah, I did a few of them. You could go back and look. I did like 2 or 3 of them. I don't go to San Jose that much, but I could probably do a few more when I go out there again. You know, but yeah, I've done a couple of them. But I did one in the east side. Yeah, but they were all in the east side of San Jose, in the evil side, San Jose. But yeah, man, it's unfortunate, man. It's really unfortunate that us as Rasa, even as black people, all we can do is just blast each other for nothing, man, for some senseless ass bullshit. You feel me? And it's something I've been seeing all my life, damn near. Being in Oakland, even moving around to other cities, I've seen it. So it's like, it's just wild, man. It's wild, and yeah, it's just. What do you think? What do you think of SNL's first Mexican American castmate, Mucho Bien Senor? I didn't even know they had a Mexican American castmate. That's pretty dope. You know what I mean? I think they've had other Latinos before in the past, like Puerto Ricans, I think, but I guess it's dope. You know what I mean? They got a sky. Let's talk about that. Why is there not enough representation of raza in TV? Have you ever guys ever noticed that in movies and TV shows, it's always black and white, black and white, black and white. You know what I mean? Maybe you might get an Asian character here and there, but you never notice that there's hardly ever a Mexican or raza either TV show in English or even characters in shows. It's almost like we don't exist. And the thing that's even more insulting about it is that almost all these shows are filmed in the most Mexican fucking city in the United States, Los Angeles. But yet they can't have raza on TV shows. That makes perfect sense to me. You feel me? To me, it's just crazy how they don't show us and they don't want to show us. Even though we're now one of the biggest ethnic minority group in the United States, but yet Hollywood still does not show us. You feel me? There's no really that many TV shows about us. You know what I mean? And is Bean still alive from the '60s? If you should interview him. I think he's still alive. I don't know if he lives in Oakland anymore. Last I heard, he was possibly living in Stockton, I think. But I mean, if I see him, yeah, I'd love to interview him. That'd be dope. If I could get a hold of him. I used to see him around all the time. But yeah, if he were around, that'd be dope to interview him. But I met him a long time ago, back in the days. But yeah, back to what I was saying. It's just crazy that there's little representation of us on TV. Now on Netflix, there's been some shows. Netflix has been doing a pretty good job actually, because there are a lot of shows on Netflix that show Chicanos, that show Rasa, and yeah, that's pretty cool, man. They had that on my blog show. They had what on your blog show? Okay, the Selena show. But yeah, I was watching the Selena show. That's a pretty good one. I seen another one called Gentified. It was like about gentrification in East LA. It was pretty dope because it reminded me a lot about like stuff going on in Oakland. The show's called On My Block. Well, what is it about? I'll check it out. I haven't seen it. But yeah, Netflix has actually been okay with the Rasa shows. There's actually some shows on there that represent Rasa, which is cool. It's good to have, man. It's just too bad that the media in general doesn't show us. We're like an invisible presence. You know what I mean? It just seems like it's a black and white narrative always with the media. You know, Mexican kids from LA. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll check it out. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think about it? Kind of corny though. What's up, City of Trees out there in Sacramento? What's going on, brother? How you doing? But yeah, man, what do you guys think about that? Like there's very little representation of Rasa in the media. You know what I mean? Do you think it's cool? Do you think, and the thing is that fucking Hollywood is in LA where there's hella fucking Rasa and they can't show more representation on TV shows. You know what I mean? On movies, on TV shows, whatever, etc. We definitely need more representation in the media, not Mexican filmmakers and producers. Yeah, man. They say Hollywood is racist. I mean, it panders to the black and white narrative, Hollywood. You should watch Black Report they did in Oakland. Which Black Report they did in Oakland? What hood did they show? But, yeah, man. I should do a Black Report, barrio tour style. Shit, if any hoods want to come on, let me know. We'll do it. We'll make it happen. But, yeah, man. But, yeah, I just think that there is little representation. Let's talk about Chicano Raza history. Another thing that pisses me off is that Chicano Raza history is never taught at a elementary or high school level. You feel me? They did the north, west, and east. Did they only show black hoods or did they show Raza hoods too? But like Chicano history, like in Oakland, one of the reasons Oakland Latinos United started was because I was documenting the history of Raza in Oakland because no one has ever done it and no one cared to do it. And they acted almost like we didn't even exist in Oakland. Like to me, I take that as a big sign of disrespect. Like we're these immigrants that just came here and we have no roots or history here. That's the way I take that shit. So that's why I said, man, fuck you guys. That's why I started researching the history and I started putting it down on my platform for people could know. You feel me? And kind of like Jerry. Oh, Ceci Censura. I remember that show. Yeah, it was like a Jerry Springer. But but in general, like Chicano history, we never learn about Corky Gonzalez, about Reyes Tijerina. You know what I mean? And even Cesar Chavez, even though I'm conflicted with him, we hardly ever hear about, the Chicano moratorium and various other things that happened back in the days. They only teach it at a college level, but they don't teach it at a high school or elementary level. Like when I was growing up, they only taught us black history if they did teach us anything outside of white history. But as far as like our history, never. And the only reason I know about Chicano history is because I went out there and researched it on my own Being Mexican American is hard. All history they teach is wrong. Yeah, man, they teach you that Columbus was a good guy and he came across the sea and discovered this land from the savage Indians. That's what they fucking teach you. And that the only oppressed people here were black people. And that's about it. When they don't teach you how, Chicanos, how Rasa, how we were, conquered by the Spaniards, but how we persevered in different ways, how we became a warrior culture that always fought against the bullshit, over our history. They don't teach you that. They don't teach you about how in the United States, even though they stole half of the land, we still fought back in different forms. You feel me? Including the Chicano movement and including other things. You know what I mean? But they don't teach us that. They don't want us to know that. They want to keep us docile and dumb. You know what I mean? They want to keep us like we don't know our history, like we're stupid, we don't have a history, we don't belong here. They kind of want to throw that you're an immigrant narrative. You feel me? And it's like it's bullshit. And it's definitely something us as Rasa we need to fucking rebel against. You know what I mean? Because that's bullshit. You're not gonna dehumanize me. You know, but I gotta wake up early. All right, blood. Be safe. Take care. Be safe out there on them streets, man. Oakland's hot right now. You feel me? It's been really bad out there in the town. Those of you who've been catching the news, it's been a lot of shootings out there, man. You know, the homie from Sacramento. How if you still on here? How's it in Sacramento? Is it bad out there? But out here, it's been hot, man. It's been really hot. There was fucking 3 homicides this weekend alone. You feel me? Just all I can say to the homies out there, be safe. But yeah, man, we got a lot of people on here. You guys have any questions, anything else you want to add to the conversation? Come on, man, talk to me. Talk to me, guys. If you guys are on here, guys and girls, whoever's on here, talk to me. Let me know what's up, man. If you have any questions, anything you want to ask, anything you want to add, anything you want to add to the conversation I'm already having, let me know. Anything you want to know about Chicano history, I might even know it. You feel me? Throw in the questions. Let's see what's up, man. I want to hear from you guys. You spitting game? That's right. I'm always spitting game. Game recognized game, I say. But game recognized game and the game, man. Egg with City of Trees. What's going on in Sac? Is it hot out there too? I heard stories that it's hella hot out there right now. But out here it's just been a lot of fucking crime out here, like always, unfortunately. You know? Always some bullshit. But yeah, man, what's up? Nobody got any questions out there? Nothing you want to add to? Come on, man. I know you guys got more to add to the conversation, or at least have a question. You feel me? Let's make this fun. I like hearing from you guys. I like hearing what you guys want to talk about and educating you. I've been out of town. Oh yeah, where you been at, man? I was out of town about 3 weeks ago. I was out in Ukiah, up north. Your Antioch Water Tour was dope. I finally like side of the bay. Don't get mixed love. Yeah, man. I wanted to show people about Antioch. Antioch when I was young, bro. Like I said in the video. Oh, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Damn, you was in Wisconsin where they talk like that, huh? Hey, is there Rasa out there in Wisconsin? I heard there's a lot of Rasa on the south side of Milwaukee. But yeah, man, like I said in the video, when I was growing up, Antioch wasn't really known, bro. When I was young, you would never hear about Antioch or Pittsburgh that much. But hella, that's cool. But like when Woody and all them guys started coming out, like Jacka, AWACS, Ma Figures, Ghetto Stars, all those Pittsburgh Antioch rappers, when they started coming out, that's when you started hearing more about Pittsburgh and Antioch. But before that, you hardly ever used to hear about P World or the Yorktown. You feel me? My fans, but a lot of moved away to Concord, Pittsburgh. Yeah, man, a lot of folks from Oakland are out there. They call Antioch the new Oakland. You never heard that before? Antioch video was cool. Thanks, bro. But yeah, they be calling Antioch the new Oakland because hella people from the town and Frisco and Richmond moved out there. But yeah, well, I was saying earlier when I not lived, but when I worked in Antioch for like 5 years. Oh, you was trolling. I worked in Antioch for like 5 years. It was from 2001 to about 2005. And like I was saying, Antioch was not really a hood back then. It was a little bit more cleaner back then, and it was a lot of white folks. There was Rasa and black people, but it was a lot of white folks. And I remember back then that the hood was Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh was considered the hood because I remember the people at my job used to be like, "Oh, don't go to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is dangerous." I was like, "Really? Well, I'm from Oakland, man." So, but yeah, but now it's like like Antioch is hella hood now compared to Pittsburgh. So it's like a complete opposite. Now Pittsburgh looks hella clean. But yeah, man, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, huh? That's pretty cool. So what's up with everybody, man? How's everybody doing out there? Hopefully more people are joining us. Just on here kicking back. Oakland Latinos United live with Jay number 25. Kicking back. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this live feed, you know, on a Monday night. Just chilling. But yeah, so what's up, man? Who's out there? What kind of questions you got? Anything you guys want to add? Let me know what's up. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this live feed and hopefully you guys are having a good time. Hopefully you enjoyed my videos. I got a couple of new videos coming out soon. So be on the lookout for those. And if you want to know what those videos are about, let me know. I'll let you know. But if you got any questions or anything you want to add to the conversation, let me know, man. You feel me? But yeah, just like I said, talking about different things. I gotta wake up early. Alright, blood. Be safe. City of trees. Shit, next time you go to Milwaukee, invite me. What you think of Concord? I saw you say your homie was from out there. Concord's cool. The first time I ever went to Concord was like '94, and I remember we went down Monument, and it kind of reminded me of like Fruitvale a little bit. But I remember there was a lot of Southsiders back then, and yeah, I had a homie. He was originally from Frisco, from the Mission, but he grew up kind of partly in both. He grew up partly in the Mission and partly in Concord. He grew up in North Concord though, like by Solano and all that area. And yeah, he was a good friend. We met through a female I used to mess with, and like we hit it off, bro, and we became cool ass friends. And yeah, he's the one that showed me Pittsburgh and Antioch, Concord. I got to see like North Concord, Monument. You know, up there by Clayton, I think they call that East Concord. You feel me? He showed me some of the little hoods they had over there. But Concord also was Is there any hood in Walnut Creek? Not that I know of. I don't think there's any hoods in Walnut Creek. Hell nah. Walnut Creek, I doubt it, bro. I doubt it. I'm probably the closest you're gonna get to a hood in Walnut Creek is Monument, because Monument kind of borders Walnut Creek, but over there by Ignacio Valley, you feel me? I think that's what it's called, Ignacio Valley High. If you take that road, is that Treat? No, I forget the name of that road that takes you, or what's that street? What's the road that takes you down to Walnut Creek? Is it called Treat? It's over there by Ignacio Valley High. But yeah, that's like the border with Walnut Creek and Concord. But to me, the only real hood in Concord is what, like Solano and like Monument. I was like, Monument is more of a barrio. But I never got messed with in Monument. I've been to Monument hella times. I was there not too long ago. No one ever told me shit out there, so I never had no problems there. You feel me? But yeah, I remember in the '90s going through Monument. There was a lot of Sudanos there, a lot of them, a shitload of them. You would see them hanging out at that 7-Eleven. You'd see them like in that shopping center. You feel me? I actually found an article from Berkeley newspaper grandparent when they talked about how I migrated from Oakland to Mexico, like West Side Berkeley. Oh yeah, the migration. West Side Berkeley is just one of those old barrios that people have been there since the 1920s and 30s and 40s. Yep, they have Funk with Nortes and Antioch. Yeah, yeah, I didn't know too much about Antioch. I didn't even know no Antioch had gangs, bro, until Woody, bro. When Woody came out, that's the first time I ever heard about Norteños and Antioch. Before that, I had only heard about Pittsburgh. I had heard about, I think they were called CAL, Crazy Ass Latinos. They were from West Boulevard. And I think I heard of another one called VPC, Barrio Quitas Califas. And I heard about, North Barrio North Concord and VCN, I think, or something like that. Barrio North Concord or something like that. But yeah, I didn't know any Acá Norteños until I heard Woody. You know, but yeah, man, Concord though. Concord got some good Mexican restaurants though, especially around Monument. I ain't even gonna lie. There's a couple of good spots over there that I go eat from time to time. You know, but I know all that shit. Virginia Lane and Adelaide. Well, no, Adelaide is more up. I know, Ellis Lake. I know Detroit Avenue. You know, what are those other streets called? Virginia and Monument and all them streets. I can't remember the names right now. I know there's a street called Adelaide too. But yeah, El Moliendo, I think I've seen that one. There's also one called Mexico Burritos and Tacos. Have you ever been there? It's right there off that little shopping center where Fashion Town is. That place is pretty smacking too. I've ate there a few times. And there's El Fado is pretty good too. El Fado, the one that's up more, that spot's pretty good. And that place in Parking Shop, there's like a little burrito shop there, right by Las Montañas. That place is pretty good. I've ate there before. I've been to Las Montañas too, because they got a Las Montañas in San Pablo. I've been to that one as well, because I got family that lives in Richmond, San Pablo area. So I go out there all the time. I'm out. I'm out there in Richmond, San Pablo a lot, so I go to Contra Costa all the time. But yeah, man. Like I said, yesterday I was in Concord at the Concord Flea Market. Those of you who know where that's at, chilling, chilling like a villain. So what's up, man? Anybody got anything they else? Richmond, one of the cities I don't really be in. I got a family in Richmond. I know Richmond real well. I used to live in Richmond. Laguna Street. Oh yeah, I think I heard of Laguna. I know there's that park, Alice Lake. They call it, the Mexicans there call it El Parque de los Patitos, the duck park. I've been there before many times. But yeah, nah, Richmond's cool. A lot of Rasa in Richmond. They say it's controlled by Southsiders, but I never had problems with anybody in Richmond. Top five underrated Bay cities? What do you mean underrated? Like cities that are slept on? Huh? What do you think they're? What do you think they are? You know what I mean? But yeah, man, like I said, I go everywhere, bro. I'm international. You can find me in Richmond. You can find me in Oakland. You can find me in Concord, Antioch, Pittsburgh. I'll be all over the place. I'll be all over the damn place. You feel me? Because that's how I roll. But yeah, man. So what's going on with everybody? Anything new? Anybody? Hey, I'm gonna ask you guys, those of you who are on here. What do you think would be a good topic for me to cover? Anything? Throw anything out there. A topic you might think might be good for me to cover. It could be a news story. It could be a viral tours. It could be something about history. Let me know. Something about a ghetto or a gang. Let me know. If you guys have any suggestions, I want to hear them. Throw it out there. Don't be afraid. Let me know. What's a topic you think I could cover that maybe I haven't covered yet? Maybe you think it might be interesting. Let me know. Come on, man. There's plenty of you guys on here. Let me know. Throw in something in the comment section. I want to read them comments. Richmond prices about to go up. I think they already went up. I think they've been up already. I have families that bought a house in Richmond, so I got family out there. Make one about gentrification. I will. How active was BB's and what? 80s and 90s. I don't think the BB's existed in the 80s. I think they started in the very late 80s, early 90s, but they were pretty fucking active. What cities are next for the barrio tours? I'm thinking about maybe doing a couple more in Hayward, San Francisco Mission District for sure. That's coming up soon. Vallejo, I want to do Vallejo. I haven't done Vallejo yet. I have a lot of history in Vallejo, and I'll make that barrio tours of Vallejo because I have Um, a lot of history in Vallejo. What else? I like to go to Sacramento again. Maybe do Valor tours. Do it there. I like to do maybe Salinas, maybe the Valley, like Modesto or Stockton. How is gang culture in Oakland now? I'm not even sure, bro. To be honest with you, bro, I'm out of the game. I'm out of the picture, so I really don't know how active. Uh, I don't know how active gangs are now in Oakland, bro. To be truthfully honest with you, you know. Uh, I know they're still around. I know I'll see for periodically. I'll see homies hanging around Fruitvale. I've seen homies hanging around Quince before on East 15th. I see graffiti for some clique called 51st Ave Locals, so they're around. And from time to time, I even see Sureño graffiti around. So I guess there's still some cats out there doing their thing. But how active they are, I don't know, bro. I mean, there've been a lot of killings lately in Oakland, so you never know, bro. You should do border tours for C Street, Cypress Park, even though they aren't really active nowadays. Oh yeah, South City. Yeah, man. Maybe I will, cause I know South City really well. I do know where C Street is and all in Cypress Park because my ex girlfriend was from that city. I dated this girl for like fuck almost 10 years, bro, and she was from out there. And so I used to spend a lot of time in South City, so I'm very familiar with that area. You know what I mean? So yeah, that maybe in the summertime I'll do that for sure for the barrio tours. But yeah, man. But as far as how active things are, ask a youngster. If any youngsters are on here, let me know. How active is the scene now? I know this one youngster told me there's still some clicks out there, but yeah, man. So what do you guys think about the upcoming? If you guys are still joining me on here, what do you guys think about the upcoming boxing match with Cholo Trucker and Gunners Collective? Menudo time. You guys have any opinion on it? Who you guys rooting for? You think Gunner's gonna win? You think Cholo Trucker's gonna win? What's your guys' opinion on it? If you guys have one about the Cholo Trucker versus Gunners Collective, you know, me personally, man, I don't care much for boxing, but Gunner's gonna win. But I like to have more of a dialogue. But I mean, if it could help bring some kind of stability and peace on the streets, man, I'm all for it. You feel me? But someone said Gunner's gonna win. Who else? Who else going for Gunner, or who's going for Cholo Trucker? You feel me? But yeah, it's just it's to me it's a beautiful thing to see. At least people who are from Hilltop about to get hella condos and hella stores. Yeah, they're gonna redo Hilltop for sure. Um, to me, it's just a beautiful thing to see Gunner and them kind of and Flaco Rojo, LA Times, all those guys, even American Cholo to some degree, at least bringing a dialogue between these two groups that have just so hated each other for so many years and been killing each other. Especially, let's face it, in the north, it's been mostly between the norteños and the so-called upstate sureños. You feel me? Gunner's got it. But it's just a beautiful thing that at least some kind of dialogue is happening instead of like you're from up there and I'm from down here and I'm norteño and I'm sureño. It's like, come on, dude. It's like, can we get past this, man? We've been killing each other for how many years over this shit? You know, why do you want war in the streets anyway? You know, when you don't have war, that's when you got money. You feel me? But it is what it is, man. Even the mafia didn't like having wars. You know, and I mean when I mean the mafia, I mean the Italian mafia. That's why they had a commission. They had sit downs to prevent wars from starting. You feel me? Because they knew that war was bad for business. But take a page out of their book. You feel me? But yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, let's look at Gunner. Gunner's a former hitter from the Pinta. He looks like he's in good shape. He's a big, solid dude. And Cholo Trucker, he looks like he's pretty healthy. He just looks a little bit skinnier and smaller than than Gunner. So yeah, who knows, man? I mean, but Cholo Trucker has a boxing history, though. He is a boxer, I guess, according to what he says. So, but people are saying Gunner, so I guess I'll say Gunner might win it. You know what I mean? It's gonna be menudo sauce in that fashion against Cholo Trucker. But yeah, man. But to me, it's just a beautiful thing to see at least these two sides. Even though a lot of these guys aren't considered active anymore, it's just beautiful that at least two sides that were once the hitters and the warriors for these movements are at least talking, man. Because these are people that at one point would have killed each other, and now they're talking. They're having a boxing match. They're having a friendly thing. It's not a I hate you, you hate me type of thing. And to me, being a Chicano from the town, from the Bay Area, who grew up around this shit all my life, it is kind of cool to see something like that, man. Because for many years I've been asking myself, why? Why are we killing each other, man? You feel me? That's the way it should be, yeah, man. And I'm not saying the fool shouldn't claim this and claim that. If you're gonna claim, you claim your hood, claim your barrio, claim whatever side you're from. But you guys just gotta have mutual respect for each other, man. This basura fucking fighting each other. It's just old. Gunner like three times bigger. Yeah, Gunner's a pretty big dude. I mean, I've seen pictures of him. He's pretty yoked. So yeah, Trucker doesn't look that big. I mean, he looks very skinny actually. So, but I could be wrong. I've never seen that many pictures of Cholo Trucker, so I can't speak on the man. But yeah, man, it's gonna be menudo time in that fashion. Pozole, the Hoto generation. I'm playing, but yeah, man. But yeah, so what do you guys think about Gunner always talking about the Hoto generation, making fun of the youngsters, bro? You think that's cool, or do you think he should come at it a different way? You know what I mean? Me personally, I don't really like to talk shit about the youngsters because I'd rather guide them as best I can than talk shit about them because that's not really going to get you nowhere either. You feel me? But, each to their own. It is what it is. We don't always have to agree on everything, but I'm just asking what do you guys think about that? You know? It's like I was saying in my last live feed. It's like, the older generation is always going to talk shit about the younger generation. What's up, East Bay G from the He Can about it? What did it say? Hold on. What up, East Bay G from Tucson, Arizona? He can go about it a different way. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, I know I used to be like that a long time ago. Like if you go back to some of our videos, yeah, I used to kind of be like that. I used to talk shit about modern rap and different things, but then I had to check myself because I was like, look, Jose, you're getting older. When the youngsters become OGs, they're gonna talk the same about the newer generation. Of course, of course. See, in the last video, my last live feed, I talked about that. I talked about how now we're making fun of the youngsters for wearing skinny jeans, but when I was growing up, the older people were making fun of us for wearing baggy clothing. You know what I mean? They were making fun of us for wearing baggy clothing. They said the same exact stuff verbatim. They said that we had no respect, that we were funny styling, that we talked like mayates, that we didn't know how to act, that we wore baggy ass clothes that looked like we shit in our pants. Literally, my own dad told me, tus pantalones se miran como que te cagates en ellos. That's what he would tell me. Not just my dad, even other older people would tell me, like, why you guys wear your pants so big? You guys look like you're shitting on yourself. So now that it changed, now the older people that wore baggy clothes are making fun of the youngsters for wearing tight clothes. So it's a cycle, man. And it's like even like Gunner. I'm pretty sure when he was a kid, he had OGs telling him, "Oh, you're this, you guys are this and that." I'm pretty sure it happened to all of us. You know what I mean? I remember they used to make fun of our music. Oh man, I got shit for listening to rap, bro, by a lot of people, even by Chicano OGs, if you want to believe that one. I had people tell me it was vulgar music, it was violent, it was fucked up. It was just nothing but cuss words. How can you listen to that shit? They told me everything. You know what I mean? Same exact shit. Oh, music in my days wasn't about killing people and disrespecting women. You guys are all this and that. You guys listen to this garbage music. They told me all that, bro. So there's nothing that some OG now can say about the youngsters that I didn't hear about my own generation when I was young. And it's just how it is. You feel me? Tell me if you agree or disagree. You know what I mean? And it is true. You know, when the youngsters now that are young now, when they get old, they're gonna be talking shit about the next generation that's gonna come up. God knows how that generation is gonna be. You know what I mean? You know, but yeah, it doesn't look good. I stopped doing it because I felt like I was starting to look like that bitter old man who's mad because he's old and he's not young anymore. And I'm taking it on the youth. That's kind of how I felt about that. So I stopped doing it. I'm like, I don't want to look like that. I'm the old man that's crying to the youngsters. Nah, I didn't want to look like that. So I'm like, you know what? I gotta check myself. And if I'm gonna come at the youngsters, I'm gonna come at them with my knowledge, show them what I know, tell them what I know. And if they take it, cool. If they don't, then hey, at least I tried. And that's basically what I could do. I can't do much more than that. So do you guys agree, disagree? Let me know. You know, the hour's about up, but I'll scan a little, just a little tiny bit, because I come on late and I wasn't on here yesterday, so I'll make up for it. But you know, if I'm gonna stay extra, leave some comments. Let me know what's up. If you guys have any questions, anything you want to add on to the conversation, any other topics you might want me to talk about. You know, pretty good conversation tonight. Looks like the chat has been pretty active tonight, but let me know if you have anything on the subject I was just talking about or anything that maybe something else that you want to talk about. Throw it in there. Let's hear you. Let's hear what you have to say. I want to hear from my supporters. I agree. Also, LA Mexicans, you know, they don't got much to talk about because now the youngsters in LA, a lot of them, from what I've been told, are trying to act like fools from the Bay. So they have no room to talk. But yeah, I mean, I remember growing up, even going to the Central Valley. I remember some of the Chicanos out there would come at me that, oh, you talk funny, you talk like you're black, and you know, stupid shit like that. And even some of my family in Lois, you know, used to come at me like that, like, oh, you talk funny, eh? Why you talk like that, dog? Why you say hella so much? So it is what it is. You feel me? But yeah, the L.A. Mexicans always judge us, but I guess they're just mad because they can't be us. You feel me? At the end of the day, and that's not on no North and South stuff. It's just think about it. The Bay Area, we got game. You feel me? And everybody wishes they had the game the Bay Area had. And I'm not even saying that being an asshole. I'm being real. You feel me? The Bay Area, Oakland, we're trendsetters. We don't copy nobody. You know what I mean? And that's just how it is in that fashion. What do you think? Do you agree or disagree? You feel me? That's the way I look at the Bay Area. You know, we don't gotta be like nobody else. We're ourselves. You know what I mean? We're the Bay, and that's just how it goes. We're the Yay area. You feel me? And we don't try to be like nobody. At least not that I know of. You feel me? I never try to be like nobody. I'm from the town. I'm from the Bay. Till the day I die. Let them know, Jose, for sure. Bob Mob, Box Mob 707. What part of 707 you from? Are you from where? Vallejo? Fedlas? Vacaville? Dixon? Barrio Dixon, Holmes? But yeah, is there even barrios in Dixon? Dixon seems like a small little town, like a little blip on the map. But yeah, man, Fedlas, orale. I've been out to Fedlas many times. I've been to the Fairfield Mall. And I was, like, you know, yesterday I was talking to a white boy from Fedlas. He was a white Norteño from Fedlas at the Dixon Daniels. He was a white dude. He was hella cool. He was from Fairfield at the Concord Mall. I was chopping it up with him. He knows my brother. The Bay always had ourselves. Bay lingo makes my ears tingle. Yeah, yeah, man. The Bay Area, the Bay Area, we got game, we got swag. You feel me? And a lot of people hate on us because they can't be like us, and they can't fade us either with their bullshit because we're just gonna look at them like they're hella ignorant. And that's just how, like, to me, when people have judged me for being the Bay, I look at them like as some stupid motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Man. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, motherfucker, I'm from the Bay. How am I gonna look trying to act like somebody else? I act like I am from where I'm from. You feel me? Like the word. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the word congruent. Congruent means that you're congruent, or you're like naturally from. It's like a congruent is like, how can I say? It means you're naturally from here. You feel me? You're from this area, so that's what you embody. You feel me? And I'm from the Bay. I'm not from LA. I'm not from the Central Valley. I'm not from Sacramento. I'm from East Oakland, Bay Area, East Bay. And that doesn't mean that I have hatred or anything against anyone from any of those towns, but it's like, don't come at me telling me, oh, you talk funny, you talk this. Man, fuck you. I talk how I want to talk. You feel me? And I'm not changing for nobody. That's just how it is. And that's it. Be mad at me. Oh, well. What can I say? If you don't like it, then don't. It's like, go hang out with someone that suits the way you talk or you like. That's it. A lot of folks I met out of state think LA and the Bay is next to each other. Oh, yeah. Nah, when I go out of state, people just assume that California is LA and that's it. There's no other place in California but LA. Like, every time I've gone out of state, the first thing they ask me, you're from California? I'm from California. Oh, are you from LA? I always get that from people. Always. They can't hate when our music inspires theirs. I know. I know. Look at how many rappers, both Chicano and black rappers, have inspired hella people. Look at how many people love Woody. Look at how many people love well, not Sardino, but Darkroom Familia, which started in the Bay Area. Look at how many people love Too Short, Mac Dre, and various others. You feel me? Funky Aztecs, Baby Bash. I could go on. In Too Deep. You know, MC Pooh, MC Hammer. You know what I mean? The Loonies, Drew Down, and the list goes on and on. And you even got the new cats like Baby Gas and Young Choppa and a few other cats out there that are doing their thing that I've seen. You feel me? But yeah, man, everybody want to be like the Bay Area. That goes without saying. A lot of fools just be hating on the Bay, but it is what it is. You feel me? Like I said, that doesn't change me. You know. So what's up with everybody, man? It's getting up there, man. I'm about to cut this in a little bit. So, any last questions? Any last anything? I'm gonna let you guys decide if I'm gonna stay a little longer or not. If you guys have any questions, anything you want to add to the conversation, any topic you want me to add to. Today I didn't have a long list of things to talk to, so I'm just giving it to you guys, man. Anything you want me to bring up, let me know. Let me know. If not, I'm gonna cut this now. But if you have anything you want to throw out there, let me know. Your city, where you at, any questions, anything you want to add to the previous conversation, or any conversation I've had before that, let me know. Throw it in the comments. I want to hear from you guys. Let me hear what's up. If you guys have anything you want me to throw out there, any shout outs you want me to throw out, whatever. I want to see it in the comments. If not, I'm going to get off this soon. I've only stayed on here a little extra for y'all, man, because I wasn't on here yesterday and I came on a little bit late today. So, not late, like 10 minutes late, but, you know. But yeah, man, let me know what's up. Throw something in the comments before I get off. If you want to throw out your city, if you want to throw out a question, if you want to throw out a shout out, whatever, let me know. You still bump old CDs from Tucson? I still got some of my old CDs from back in the days, a few of them. And someone said, I think the Bay came out way harder musically than LA. Ah, man, I mean, I don't want to make fun. I don't want to turn it into a LA versus the Bay issue, but I have to admit the Bay Area has some sick rappers of all races. You know what I mean? Rasa and blacks. You feel me? LA had some dope rappers too. Don't get me wrong. I liked a lot of LA rappers growing up. But yeah, I mean, being from the Bay, I have to say the Bay Area has some dope music. You feel me? For sure. But I grew up like in DJ Quick and Compton's Most Wanted, Snoop, NWA. A whole host of other, even some of the Chicanos. I like some of Kid Frost's stuff, ALT, Lighter Shade of Brown. You know what I mean? I love the old school. Proper Dos was pretty cool. Uh, yeah, so the Mexicans, I don't know if you guys remember them. They were from Long Beach. They were pretty dope too. But yeah, the Bay Area, I mean, fuck, the list goes on and on and on with the rappers that were dope from the Bay Area, though, man. From Frisco, like RBL, IMP, JT the Bigger Figure, you feel me? Cougnut. It's never been the same since Mac J passed. Yeah. Hey, Rich Mom from 707. You ever heard of a rapper from Fairfield called Easy SD from back in the days, or another one called Pizzo? I used to bump them way back in the days. They were from Fairfield. They were pretty dope, actually. But yeah, man. So many, you had the Frisco rappers. You had like Oakland. I mean, Oakland had hella rappers. Seagram. You know, have I ever ate at the Mecca in Pittsburgh? I talked about the Mecca not too long ago on a live feed. Hell yeah. I've been to the Mecca. That place is hella good. They have the best chilaquiles in the Bay Area, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. They have the best chilaquiles in the Bay. It's the Mecca. I'm telling you. Out of all the restaurants I've been to, the Mecca has the best chilaquiles, bro. And the bean dip that they give you when you eat there, bro, that shit is hella fire. Yeah, the chilaquiles are bomb. The Bay is more versatile. Yeah, I can see that for sure. For sure, man. Yeah, the Bay Area is just game. You feel me? A straight fletcher, straight game. You feel me? The rap from the Bay. It's pretty real. Yeah, Easy SD and Skip Dog. Those fools were tight. Hell yeah, the slap. Mike Mosley produced both. Bay Area Mob music. Yep, Pizzo the Heater, man. I had a Pizzo back in the days. Yeah, Easy. I think there was another dude too named Freaky Fred. Hey, what do you guys think about that rapper from Vacaville named Little Toro? I was listening to some of his stuff. It was actually pretty cool. Some of his songs were actually for a new school rapper. I kind of like some of his stuff. I ain't gonna lie, but what do you guys think about that dude? I heard some people saying that he was, this and that, but I don't know the Vato. I don't know him, so I can't really speak on him. But I know a couple of his songs seem pretty cool. I seen some of his videos he made out there where he's talking about certain issues. But yeah, I don't know if you guys like that dude, Little Toro. I heard a couple of his raps. I seen him also interviewed on Comics Perspective. I don't know too much about the dude, but I don't know. Some of his raps were actually pretty tight. Actually, I kind of liked a couple of his songs. But yeah, man, the Bay Area just has a whole history of rappers, man. Pizzo was originally from Oakland, but moved to Sassoon, Fairfield, and rep both. Oh, okay. Yeah, man, I live Freaky Fred slaps. Yeah, man, I used to live in Vallejo, bro, so I know the 707. Man, I know a lot of places, bro. You know what I mean? I'm from the town, but I've been all over, bro. I've lived all over the Bay Area. I've been all over the Bay Area. I fucked around with hoes all over the Bay Area. So I know the Bay, bro. I know Concord. I know Pittsburgh. I know Antioch. I know Take It Toke, Freaky Fred. I know Fairfield. I know a little bit of Vacaville. I don't know Vacaville that well, but I know Fairfield. I know Vallejo. I know the V Town. I know the V Town. Trust me. I know Central. I know Crestside, Sueside, Hillside. You know what I mean? East Side, Briggside. I know all that shit. Millersville. I know Vallejo. Trust me. I used to live there. I used to kick it hard in Vallejo back when I was staying there. You feel me? But yeah, I know Fairfield too. I don't know it that well, but I know it. I know like West Texas Street and the mall. I know I've been over there by Dover Park before. I've been to a few. I've been to Sassoon City before too. So yeah, I'm pretty familiar with that area. Like I said, I don't know Vacaville as well. I know mostly in Vacaville. I just know the outlets mostly. That's all I really know in Vacaville. I've been inside the city before though, so I've been inside of Vacaville a couple times, but I'm not that familiar with it though. You feel me? All I know is that people have told me there's some barrio out there called Brown Street. That's probably the hood I've heard about a lot in Vacaville. I don't know if you guys know where Brown Street is. Supposedly that's like the barrio of Vacaville. But yeah, man. But yeah, man. So I guess it's way past the hour mark. That's for sure. So yeah, man. Let me know who's on here. Any more questions? Anything you want to add? If not, I'm getting off. I've been on here for a long time. But you know, it was beautiful talking to you guys, man. Like always, be on the lookout. Master P put ESD on the West Coast Bad Boys. Oh yeah, I remember when Master P used to claim Richmond. You guys remember that back in the days when he was in the Rich? But yeah, I remember West Coast Bad Boys. I had the original one. You know what I mean? Before they remade it, I had the original copy. I wish I still had it. Mike Walter, the Godfather of Bay Area mob music. He's from Fairfield. Produced Tupac. Yeah, I know about Mike Mosley. Ghetto trying to kill me. Yeah, that was dope. The Ghetto's trying to kill me. That was a dope song. Yeah, man. Like Master P, when he was in the Rich, he made some pretty dope songs, man. He made some dope stuff. Mama's Bad Boy. He made a couple other things. But yeah, Sam Boston, wasn't Mike Mosley the dude that produced Sivo too? Conscious Daughters. My sister met Master before he blew. Yeah, man. Master P. Yeah, I never got to meet him, but I used to when I was staying briefly in Richmond a while back. I used to hear a lot of people used to talk about him back in the day. Met him on San Pablo. Wish I was there. Yeah, I heard Master P used to roll around like 23rd Street and around Cutting in a Lexus. That's what this one black dude told me. 94 Mobsters, Sin. I remember that. Sin. I remember that group. 94 Mobsters. There was also another one. His brother went to DA. I know one of his brothers. Oh, to Dianza. Yeah, yeah. Silk the Shocker, right? I remember another rap group from Richmond. They talked hella shit about Master P. They were called, what were they called? Yeah, exactly. NBG, New Breed of Gangsters or New Breed of Hustlers. Yeah, because there was a Chicano dude in that rap group. It was like a Chicano and a two black dudes. Yeah, I remember. I used to have that album. It had like a dude wearing the scream mask in front of it, holding a gun. I have that. I remember they clonked on Master P. They're like, that rich bitch can rice eat motherfucker ain't from Richmond. I don't know if you guys remember that. But yeah, I used to have that album back in the days. Who remembers the Young D-Boys from Vallejo? Them motherfuckers were dope. When I was staying out in Vallejo, that album was popular. The Young D-Boys. I don't know if you guys heard about that. That's old school bass shit right there. Tony Francis. That shit was dope. I used to have a Young D-Boys. The real McCoy. That's hella old school. I don't know if you guys know about that. That's old school Vallejo rap. But yeah, my brother just met one of them in the V. Yeah, yeah, I remember hearing about them cats back in the days. I used to have that album, Young D Boys. That shit was slapping. Who remembers the Funky Aztecs? What you know about them from Vallejo? Partner Deuce, yup. I had Partner Deuce too. The Funky Behavior, it's that funk. Funky Behavior, nothing can save ya. That shit was clean. That's where Baby Beach first started. I had all that stuff. Partner Deuce. I had the Funky Aztecs, the FAs, yep, N2D. You know what I mean? Uh, Latino Velvet. I had all that shit, bro. A lot of Chicano rappers came from Vallejo too. Baby Reach went harder back then. Yeah, back then he had some dope shit. That's my partner though. Yay, yay. That's my partner. I remember I used to bump all that back in the days. Yeah, man, those are memories, bro. That's when I was a youngster. Hennessy. Oh yeah, I remember that song. Yep. I remember there was that other rapper too from Vallejo. What was his name? Mac Sean. I remember I used to have his album. His album was pretty dope. And I had Sally Cell, I had E40, The Click, all that shit. You feel me? Off the Hook, yup. I used to have all the Vallejo rappers. The Rompilation. I had all that stuff back in the days. Yeah, man, I miss them days too. Those were the days. Latino Velvet, JT, Baby Beast, Don Cisco, Fritz, Kid Frost. Oh yeah, they used to have Kid Frost on there, huh? I remember that. That was like rare back then to have like Northern California rappers with Kid Frost, you know. And then there was a rapper from Oakland named MC Man. I remember he had Lighter Shade of Brown on his album, and he was a Norteño from the town. You feel me? So even back then, there was a couple of cats here and there that were doing that. You feel me? Compilations every week, yup. Like the Blunt Funk compilation. What else? 707 compilation. Uh, Cell Block compilation. M. Sane from Sac. I remember that name. Who was M. Sane from Sac? I remember that name, but I can't picture who he was. Was he like a Latino dude? Or a white dude or something like that? If I remember right. But I remember that name. Oh yeah, Total Devastation from Frisco. What about Temporary Insanity from Hayward? That was the precursor of Darkroom Familia. I don't know if you guys remember them. I had that on cassette when that came out. That was Duke Crooked and D Rose band and J Hack, some dude named J Hack. That was back in the days. I hope you guys watch that video I made of the history of Darkroom Familia. It's on there. Tell the whole story. Hollow Tip from North Highlands. Yeah, I remember Hollow Tip. A lot of Sacramento rappers too were like Sivo, Brother Lynch. I didn't like Brother Lynch as much, so uh Gangsta Dre, Young Joker, BG, there was a few. I think I'm saying might be Chicano. Okay. Doja Click from Stockton. Yep, I remember Doja Click. They were dope. That dude Young Ren. He came out with a single with a solo album, Young Ren, back in the days. I remember it was pretty clean. I remember I had it. But yeah, it's dope. Doja Click was dope. What about the brown skin artists from Westside Berkeley? Who remembers them? Big Chuco, Mr. Bago. That's hella old school. That's like 93, 94. And Aslan Nation. Aslan Nation was from Westside Berkeley too. That's old school. Yeah, Doja Click was dope for sure. Yeah, man. 707, the Vallejo area came out with a lot of dope rappers, man. Vallejo, even Fairfield, like Easy SD was dope. They used to kick it at my mom's house back in the days. Yeah, man. I met that dude, Chuco. He's hella cool. He's still around. I think he still lives around here somewhere. I think he might live in San Pablo now, I think. But yeah, he's still around. I think he's married now, got kids. But yeah, I grew up on his stuff, man, back in the days. That was the old school. But yeah, I tell people all the time the 707 produced a lot of dope rappers. Vallejo, mostly Vallejo, but yeah, Fairfield, and I think even Vacaville had a few rappers too. But yeah, Vallejo area for us. Vallejo's not a really big city, but it had a lot of rappers, man. Ray Love from Santa Rosa, one of my yeah, I remember Ray Love. Frisco too, yeah, man. But I learned a lot of game from Vallejo, man. When I was skating in Vallejo, I knew some cats that were deep in the game, bro. So I learned a lot of stuff from them, bro. They were Norteños, some of them weren't, but they were deep in the game, man. They showed me a lot of things. Just as much as game as I learned in Oakland, I learned in Vallejo too. That's why I always kind of have this love for Vallejo deep down. I'm gonna make a barrio tours of Vallejo soon, a hood of barrio tours. You feel me? Cause I lived in Vallejo for like two. I lived in Vallejo technically for almost 3 years. Cause I lived there 2 years in the late '90s, and I lived there again in the 2000s for a little bit. And I had some cool homies out in Vallejo, bro. I messed around with a few cool girls too out there, and it was cool. I always tell people I got mad love for Vallejo. You feel me? Vallejo showed me a lot of love when I was staying there. Them Vallejo cats were hella cool, hella cool. At least the ones I knew. You feel me? So besides Oakland Latinos United, I got love for the V Town. You feel me? We count the most hood town in the whole North Bay. It is. I mean, it is. You know, it's crazy because Vallejo and Benicia kind of remind me of Oakland and Alameda. It's very similar. Like in Alameda, everyone blames all their problems on Oakland. You know what I mean? And I noticed in the 707, the people from Benicia, they blame all their problems on Vallejo. You ever notice that? There's like a dichotomy there. Like there's a similarity there. Berkeley, yeah, Berkeley has some pretty dope rappers. You know what I mean? Back in the days, I know more about the Chicano rappers from Berkeley, but I know there were quite a few black rappers too that came out of Berkeley. But yeah, Berkeley gets slept on, man. There was some talented cats there. But yeah, man, that's always been funny to me how Benicia is like the Alameda of Vallejo. You feel me? It's like the way Alameda is to Oakland. You know, like people from Alameda look at Oakland as this crime-ridden town. Oh my God, don't let those people from Oakland come into Alameda. Well, I noticed in Benicia they're the same way. They're like, oh my God, Vallejo's so bad. I hope those Vallejo people don't come over here to Benicia. So there's like a similarity there, which is funny as hell to me. You feel me? But that's what happens, man. Kind of reminds me of Richmond and Pinole or Richmond and El Cerrito. You feel me? Some of the founders of Black Panthers went to high school with my parents in Berkeley. Oh yeah, yeah. I think the Black Panthers had a chapter in yeah, South Berkeley's where all the blacks were at, and West Side Berkeley was where all the Chicanos were at back in the days. The Rasa. Hey, Cepeda, do you remember that documentary they made in the '90s about Berkeley High School? You remember that where they show the Sureños fighting with the Norteños? I remember. I don't know if you guys remember that documentary. It came on PBS on Channel 9 back in the days. This is like 92, 93, something like that. That one dude who's a famous teacher now from Oakland was on that documentary. He was one of the. He was a border brother actually. His name was Victor Rios. He was on that documentary. He was all choloed down back then. But I don't know if you remember that documentary. I forget the name of it, but it was about that area. You ever cruise all the way from Oakland to Crockett, San Pablo? Yeah, actually, I did cruise. I would have to see it to remember it. Yeah, it was a popular documentary in the 90s. It was about Berkeley High School. Yeah, I actually have cruised, not from Oakland, but I've cruised from Richmond to Crockett before. Yeah, it's a pretty cool drive. I used to have some family that used to live in Hercules too, so I used to go out there a lot. But yeah, it's a pretty dope drive actually. Good talking to you, homie. All the people on here, one love, Clecha Sas, menudo time. But hey, man, it's getting late. I'm way past. I'm an hour and a half now, so I'm gonna let y'all go, man. Keep supporting Oakland Latinos United like always. You feel me? Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook, Oakland Latinos United. Support my Instagram channel on Facebook. Like any of my pictures. Leave any comments. Keep checking out my videos. Subscribe to the channel. Let your friends know about the channel. You know what I mean? Town Biz. Leave any comments on any of my videos. Like any of my videos. Share any of my videos. And be sure to subscribe. And for the next time, hopefully next Sunday I'll be on here. This, like I said yesterday, I was just really tired. At 10 o'clock, I was cold, knocked out. So that's why I didn't do one last night. Because I was just really tired last night. So I did it tonight. That's why I stayed a little extra. But be sure to support Oakland Latinos United. I will make that history of barrios in Oakland hopefully tonight or tomorrow. But it will be out there. So, yeah. See you guys, man. Take care. Stay ground. Chicano power and all that good stuff. From the Bay Area, your homeboy Jose. Late.